A Day with Charlotte and Oliver. Morning. Charlotte wakes up early. The sun shines through the window. Her alarm clock makes a loud sound and she turns it off. She sits on her bed and takes a deep breath. The room is quiet. Outside, she hears cars and people. Charlotte goes to the bathroom. She washes her face with cold water. Then she brushes her teeth. She looks in the mirror. Her hair is a little messy, but she smiles. She puts on some simple makeup. She ties her hair in a bun. After that, she goes to the kitchen. Charlotte makes coffee and toast bread. The smell is warm and nice. On the table, she has a small notebook. Today, she writes a plan. Buy food from the supermarket. Go to work. Cook dinner for Oliver. Go with Oliver to the hospital. She feels a little worried about the hospital, but Oliver told her it is only a check. Charlotte eats her breakfast and drinks her coffee. She looks out of the window and thinks about the day. Charlotte takes her bag and walks to the supermarket. It is not far from her home. The sun is bright and the street is busy. The supermarket doors open. She takes a shopping cart. First, she goes to the fruit and vegetable section. She picks red tomatoes, onions, and garlic. She also takes fresh basil. Next, she goes to the meat section. She chooses chicken because Oliver likes it. She also takes pasta, olive oil, and a bottle of red wine. At the pasta aisle, Charlotte sees her neighbor, Mrs. Hawthorne. "Hello, Charlotte," the woman says. "Shopping early today?" "Yes," Charlotte answers. "I will cook dinner for Oliver tonight." Mrs. Hawthorne smiles. "You are a kind girlfriend." Oliver is lucky. Charlotte laughs a little. "Thank you." She finishes shopping, pays at the cashier, and walks home with the bags. The bags are heavy, but she feels happy. She is excited to cook later. Charlotte comes back home from the supermarket. She puts the bags on the kitchen table. The bags are full of food. She takes out the tomatoes, onions, garlic, basil, pasta, chicken, and the bottle of wine. The kitchen is small, but it feels warm and nice. The sun comes through the window. Charlotte opens the window. She likes to feel fresh air when she cooks. She washes the tomatoes and cuts them. She chops the onions and garlic. The smell is strong, and her eyes get a little wet. She laughs and wipes her face with a towel. Charlotte takes a pan and puts some olive oil in it. She turns on the stove. The oil gets hot. She puts in the onions and garlic. They make a nice sound. Shh. The smell is good. She adds the tomatoes and basil. The sauce begins to cook. She stirs with a wooden spoon. Then she puts water in another pot. She adds salt and waits until it boils. She puts pasta inside. The water moves and the pasta gets soft. Charlotte also cooks the chicken in another pan. She adds some salt, pepper, and herbs. The smell of chicken mixes with the smell of pasta and tomato sauce. The kitchen feels alive. While the food cooks, Charlotte plays music on her phone. The music is happy. She moves her head with the rhythm. She thinks about Oliver. She imagines his face when he tastes the food. She wants him to smile. When the food is ready, she tastes the sauce. It is good, but she adds a little more salt. She takes the pasta out of the water and mixes it with the sauce. She cuts the chicken into small pieces and puts it on top. The meal is ready, but she does not eat now. She will eat later with Oliver. She covers the plates and cleans the kitchen. Charlotte feels happy. She loves to cook for someone she loves. After cooking, Charlotte looks at the clock. It is almost 9 o'clock. She must go to work. She changes her clothes and puts on a simple dress and shoes. She takes her bag and leaves the apartment. The street is busy now. People go to work, children go to school, buses stop and move again. Charlotte walks fast. Her office is in a tall building. When she arrives, she smiles at the security guard and says, "Good morning." She takes the elevator to the fifth floor. Her office is big and bright. Many people sit at desks. Computers make soft sounds. Phones ring sometimes. Charlotte sits at her desk. She opens her computer. She checks her emails first. At 11 o'clock, she has a presentation. She prepares slides on her computer. She feels a little nervous, but she knows she is ready. When it is time, she stands in front of her colleagues. She talks about the new project. She explains the plan step by step. Her voice shakes a little at first, but then she feels stronger. When she finishes, people clap. Her boss smiles and says, "Good job, Charlotte." She feels proud. The rest of the day is full of small tasks, writing emails, making calls, checking documents. Sometimes she talks with her colleague Emma. They drink coffee together and laugh about small things. By the end of the day, Charlotte feels tired. She looks at the clock. It is almost 6 o'clock. Soon she will see Oliver. She thinks about the hospital. She feels a little worried again, but she tells herself, it will be okay. She takes her bag, says goodbye to her colleagues, and leaves the office. Outside, the evening sky is soft and pink. She takes a deep breath. Now it is time to meet Oliver. Charlotte leaves the office. She feels tired, but also happy that work is finished. The air outside is cool. The sun is going down. The sky is orange and pink. She takes a bus to the city center. Oliver said he will wait for her there. She looks out of the window during the ride. People walk quickly on the streets. Some carry bags from shops. Others talk on their phones. When the bus stops, Charlotte gets off. She sees Oliver near a cafe. He is tall and wears a simple jacket. When he sees her, he smiles. His smile makes Charlotte's heart warm. "Hi, Charlotte," Oliver says. "Hi," she answers. They hug. For a moment, she feels safe in his arms. They start to walk together. "How was work?" he asks. "It was busy. I had a presentation. I was nervous, but it went well," Charlotte says. "I knew you would do great," Oliver says. They walk slowly. They talk about small things, the weather, a funny story at work, a new movie. Charlotte tells Oliver about the dinner she cooked earlier. "I made pasta with chicken and tomato sauce," she says. Oliver laughs. "That is my favorite. You know me too well." Charlotte smiles. She feels happy that he is excited about the dinner, but then she remembers the hospital. She looks at Oliver. He seems calm, but she knows he does not like hospitals. "Are you nervous?" she asks softly. "A little," Oliver says, "but I'm glad you're with me." Charlotte takes his hand. "We will go together. You are not alone." They continue walking. The hospital is not far. The streets are quieter now. Lights turn on in windows. The world becomes softer, ready for night. The hospital is big and white. The doors open automatically, and Charlotte and Oliver walk inside. The smell is different here, clean but strong, like medicine. The waiting room has chairs, people, and a big clock on the wall. Some people read magazines, others look tired. Oliver goes to the reception desk. He gives his name. The nurse checks the computer and says, "Please wait." "The doctor will call you soon," Charlotte and Oliver sit down. Charlotte looks at him. He tries to look calm, but his fingers move a little. She takes his hand again. "It will be okay," she says. "I know. he answers. But I don't like this place. I don't like it either, Charlotte says, but we are strong together. After some minutes, a doctor comes. Oliver, please come in. They go into a small room. The doctor is friendly. He asks Oliver questions about his health. He checks his chest with a stethoscope. He looks at some papers and writes notes. Charlotte sits quietly, but she watches carefully. She feels a little nervous. Finally, the doctor smiles. Everything looks good. You are healthy. Just keep taking care of yourself. Charlotte feels a big relief. She looks at Oliver, and he smiles too. Thank you, doctor, Oliver says. They leave the room. Charlotte feels lighter now. The hospital does not feel so heavy anymore. When they go outside, the night air is fresh. Charlotte takes a deep breath. Oliver puts his arm around her shoulder. See, he says. It was not so bad. No, Charlotte answers, and I'm very happy with the result. They laugh together and walk toward Charlotte's home. Back at Charlotte's apartment, the smell of cooked food is still in the kitchen. Charlotte warms the pasta and chicken. She sets the table. She puts the wine bottle on it too. She lights a small candle. Oliver sits down. Wow, this looks amazing, he says. Charlotte smiles. I hope you like it. They start to eat. The food is simple, but tasty. Oliver takes a bite and nods. This is perfect, he says. They talk while they eat. They laugh about funny stories from childhood. They share dreams about the future. Sometimes they sit in silence, but it is a warm silence. After dinner, they sit on the sofa. Charlotte makes tea. Oliver puts his head on her shoulder. She feels his warmth. She thinks about the whole day, the morning, the supermarket, cooking, work, the hospital, and now this moment. It was a long day, Charlotte says. Yes, Oliver answers, but a good day. Because of you, Charlotte looks at him. Her heart feels full. They do not need many words. Just being together is enough. The candle burns slowly. Outside, the city is quiet. Inside, everything feels safe and soft. Charlotte closes her eyes and thinks, this is love. This is home. The end.